All right, folks, so here is a benchtop review of the Autel MaxiTPMS. This is the TS601 TPMS tool. Now, I've used this for a few years now, and I'm very happy with this tool. I want to talk about really quick on the bench here, kind of the strong suits and what it does really quick. And first, I want to show you what it comes with. So the TS601 will come with a very nice blow molded case by Autel. Okay, so what's in here is your USB for your updates. You have a power cable that plugs into the wall to help you with the updates to power on the tool. And you have a manual, okay, user manual. And then you get this magnetic rubber overmolded activation device for TPMS. Okay, some sensors you're gonna wanna go ahead and use this to activate it, depending on what car and make and model. But really nice case that comes with this unit. I really like this handheld TPMS reader. It also does code reading for your OBD2 port as well. So if you have any DTCs, troubleshoot codes that you need to read, this will also do that. So this is kind of a one-stop shop if you have very basic needs. This will help you out. I've used this extensively. I really like the interface, how it feels in my hand. It feels very high quality and sturdy. It has this nice like rubber overmolded silicone feeling shell that's on the outside to protect it if it drops or hits the ground. On the side here, you have the ports for the USB and the power. And over here, you have a memory card, an SD memory card that you can pull in and out. Up here is a spot or a cavity for the TPMS sensor, so you can install one on the top here to program it, read the information off of it, reset it, whatever you need to do, you can do it right here. This is actually used as a TPMS tool to trigger your TPMS sensor so it can be registered for your vehicle when you do the TPMS Relearn. This is why I bought this tool. This is primarily a TPMS reset tool or relearn tool. This does that job extremely well. This also does all sorts of different things when it comes to TPMS that I'm probably not going to go over. I recommend looking at the manufacturer's website, which I will link down below the video for Autel. But I really like this unit for overall, hands-on use and code reading, okay? As you can see, this can power on without being plugged in, which is awesome because you're gonna need this to activate your sensor around the vehicle as you're going along. You use this, you basically put this right up to the sensor and then hit enter, and it's going to trigger off and activate that sensor so you can read it, do what you need. Now, this is, like I said, primarily a TPMS tool, and it does the secondary function of the OBD2 reading. It does a great job at that, okay? You can do all sorts of stuff on here, including little graphs of each sensor when you're reading the live data. It does live data, it does all your common things you would want in a scan tool to do, but it does not do two-way bidirectional functions, okay? So that's something it's not going to do, okay? It will give you like emission stuff, system readiness and status, things like that. All your basic stuff, this is a great one-stop shop, one tool for the job, I should say. I'm really happy with this. I've had this for a very long time now, I would say 4 years, and I'm very happy with this. Very easy to use. The interface is very intuitive. You can have a nice large color display on here that you can use to navigate. The buttons are very easy to press and very intuitive to use, okay? You can't screw anything up. It's very nice, okay? I like the screen. It's a great little scan tool for TPMS specifically. I do have another scan tool I am doing a review on. I've just recently picked up. This one right here is the iNova 5610 V3. So this tool right here is more tailored for being a scan tool or a bidirectional scan tool to do special functions and to trigger certain solenoids and tests on your vehicle. So if you're more interested in a scan tool that has more functionality to it and does bidirectional features and functions, this is going to be a better bet, okay? This is primarily an OBD2 port scan tool and bidirectional two-way scan tool. This is more so the TPMS reader with the OBD2 as a secondary function, but it does a great job at that. But if you want something more dedicated to give you more data, more functionality, I would definitely recommend something like this, the iNova product here, the 5610. I have a separate video on that, so please check it out. I'll link it down below. But anyways, that's what I use for more hands-on stuff. If I want to do more bi-directional, if I want to get even more of a higher level of critiquing and data logging and things like that, I use my HP tuners on my C6 Corvette ZR1. So HP tuners, it's something you run on your laptop. It's a scanner as well as a editing software, which you can reprogram the car, okay? That is a whole another level on top of these, okay? These do not do anything close to that, and that's what I use to activate my intercooler pump once I fill my system and I want to purge the air out of it, I have to use my HP tuners. I can't even do it with any of these, okay? I was thinking I could do it with this, but I could not do that, you know, activate the pump, the intercooler pump with the iNova. So, but that's a whole separate video. Like I said, the HP tuners software on your laptop is going to be a much higher level in functionality and programming compared to any one of these two here. But the MaxiTPMS TS601, I love this thing. This is my go-to when it comes to taking care of TPMS issues and reading the codes on the TPMS or resetting it, doing that reset procedure. This makes it 100% easier to do, okay? Now, I want to show you on the vehicle what this looks like, okay? Some of the menus and things like that, just to give you guys a quick idea of what it looks like and how to navigate the menus and what's available on these menus. So let's go ahead to the car and I'll show you that. I won't do a TPMS relearn, but I'll go through the menus and show you what's available on here. That way you can make a decision if you want to go ahead and buy this or not. And that's mainly the reason for this video. I'm not going to show you in particular any kind of, you know, reset process or relearn process. All right, guys, so I have the Autel TS601 plugged into the port. I have my car in accessory mode, as you can see here, and we're just going to power it on because you have to physically power this unit on to use it. So we're going to do that. Hold down the power button because it is a handheld portable unit, so it does have a rechargeable battery in it, so that's why you use the power cable to charge it up. And you can see right here in the top right, it has the battery indicator. And I just want to go over really quick kind of some of the features and functions. So we obviously have the TPMS. I'm not going to go through all those different options, but we're going to go ahead and just click through it. You would select your make and model, and it's going to give you a process to follow, okay? So a sequential instructions to complete the TPMS relearn on your vehicle. So it needs to know the type of vehicle and etc. And that way it can give you the proper information and instructions to set your vehicle in accessory mode and then continue the process manufacturer specific. The next option is the ODB2 port scan tool function, which works great, okay? Just really quick, I'm going to show you what that looks like and how it connects. It shows a system status right off the bat. It shows codes found 0, and you can hit OK. And then you just select the module, and then you can go ahead and read codes, read live data, freeze frame, IM readiness, O2 monitor test, onboard monitor test, component test. So let's see what's on here for component test. Nothing. Okay, so it's not supported for this vehicle. Some vehicles, they may be supported. Vehicle info, they'll give you the VIN number and calibration ID of the ECM. And it's back to number 1. Okay, so modules present. Let's see what that shows us. Kind of shows us just some basic modules, the ECM. Okay, so there's not a lot when it comes to, let's go to live data because that's something you're going to want to see. The screen is very, very intuitive and easy to use. The buttons are very intuitive. It's just, it might not be coming through on camera. I'm going to do complete list here, complete list of live data. And as you can see here, we got a list of all the PIDs, all the sensors and values. And on some of these, you can hit save to make a custom list, or you can hit one graphic. So let's go to, let's see here. Show you a graphic of like the O2 sensor or something here. Complete list. How come it's not showing me? Let me just back out of this. There's something. live data. Let's go back into here. All right, so it's reading all the PIDs. Give it some time. But like I said, you can do a chart or a graph, a live data graph to show you. I'm just going to hit complete list. All right, so that looks better. It gave you, now it's given us a full list of map sensor. All sorts of different sensors available. TPMS. So, okay, so this O2 sensor, I'm going to click on the one graphic and show you what I'm talking about. It basically starts a graph or starts two graphs. Okay, so as you can see there, merge graph. There we go. Okay, so that's very useful if you want to see kind of a timeline of something. But it's, like I said, you can see all different sensors on here. It's got a whole bunch. You have to scroll all through them. That's one thing that's kind of annoying for these handhelds. You have to scroll with the up and down button. You can't just like look through a list like on the laptop, like on my HP tuners. I can kind of scroll a bigger like visual of all the different sensors. It's just a better interface when you have it on a laptop using HP tuners. But for a handheld, this is pretty decent. You can still see the values. You just can't see them as a timeline. All right, so I'm going to go back into here and show you read codes, because that's probably something you guys want to see. It breaks it up into stored codes, pending codes, and permanent codes. So permanent codes is what we're going to look at, and it's showing me that lean code again. Okay, not a big deal. That usually happens when the car sits. But it has some pending codes. Let's click on that. There's no pending codes. So like I said, you can use this as a code reader. Are you sure you want to exit the diagnostic? I'm going to say yes. All right, so we're going to go back to the main menu. Then you got this one here, which is, it will test your fob for the transmitter signal. We're going to do that at the end. Then you have the settings over here. Then you have the update section here if you want to update the tool. Then the latest test. And then this one here is live review. The last icon there. So if you had some recorded data that you want to play back, you can go ahead and do that, which is kind of cool. It allows you to do that for the TPMS and the OBD2 port, okay? OBD2 port setting. I'm not going to get into that, but let's go back to the transmitter function here. So it says press key fob button, okay? This is basically going to tell you what the frequency, the operating frequency is and the signal level. And this is helpful to tell you if the buttons are functioning, each one of the buttons are functioning correctly, and the signal strength. So if you watch the screen, I'm going to hit the lock button. Okay, it just said 72% strength, and it gave me the frequency, which is 315. I'm going to do unlock, same thing. It gave me a frequency strength from 1 to 100%, and it showed me the frequency that it's operating on. Now, you can do this basically just to check your fob to see if each one of the keys or buttons work properly. Mine, as you see, was in the low 70s, mid 70s for percentage. I think that's because the battery is, you know, relatively old. So if you had a brand new battery, you probably would see closer to 100% signal on that, okay? So it's good to test the signal on your fob. You would put it right up to the tool to see how strong the signal is. Okay, that's basically what this little function is used for, okay? It's just to test if the fob is working or not. If you had a dead button, you could tell with this feature here on the tool whether it's a dead button or not. That's basically what you would get from that, okay? Really good feature to have on this tool. You know, like I said, this thing is jam-packed with all sorts of different features and functions for a basic tool. But its strong suit is the TPMS, okay? Use this as a triggering device, like a TPMS to learn tool when you trigger the actual activation in the reset mode. So each vehicle is going to have its own way to put itself into reset mode for the TPMS. I'm going to cover this in a different video, and I'm going to use this tool as well as the more manual methods, the more basic or more manual methods to reset your TPMS one by one. Okay, so that's going to be, I'm going to leave that for a separate video, but know that this is one of the best TPMS tools I've used to date. It beats the Amazon cheapies that are $20, $30 or whatever. This thing tells you all the information that you want to know about your TPMS. Every single little ID, even shows the temperature, the PSI, the information like the serial number of the TPMS itself. Well, let's just go in here and try to read one of the TPMSs really quick. All right, so for TPMS, which is the first option, we're just going to visit that really quickly. I'm not going to go through the full process. You'll go ahead and check your maker of the vehicle, and then you're going to go ahead and select what you have here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and select, they don't even have 01 on this option, so I'm just going to select 06. And I know it's the 315 option, so it's going to be 2012. It gives you like these year ranges. I'm just going to click on that first one. This is a 2012. Okay, so now it's basically giving you like this pictogram or this diagram here, what to do next, okay? And it gives you some options here, okay? The first one, this button here, the first button is help. This one is the trigger, and this one here is to see all the IDs, okay? Now, you would follow the directions. You go to the first one. You put the vehicle in learn mode first. So each vehicle has to go in itself in accessory mode, basically, and there's a special sequence. You hold on to transmitter. I'm not going to go over that right now, but there's a special process for each vehicle out there. They may not all be the same. Now, you start with the front driver, then you work your way around clockwise, okay? But between each one of these, you would put the tool right up to the TPMS sensor and hit the trigger button here. You see that little radio icon there? I would put it right up against the sensor and then hit trigger. Then the horn's going to honk on this vehicle. Then you go to the next one. Do the same thing. Put it close to the sensor, hit trigger, and then the horn's going to honk. And so on for the remaining two, okay? In that sequence, you have to start at the front right, the driver's side right front, and work your way around clockwise as you see it here. Now, I'm going to go here and just see all IDs. Let's see if it can receive the data. It should be able to. I have to reset the TPMS on this, so that's why I want to save it for a whole different video and show you the different methods, whether you're using a tool or not. All right, so it's not receiving data. All right, I'm not going to mess with that right now because I will have to just figure out what's going on. I have to reset these, but you get the idea. If you had all the sensors, you could see all the IDs, temperature, pressure, all sorts of, all sorts of data that you probably don't even want to know about. You will see it with this tool. This gives you a full comprehensive list, and it's a great tool to use for relearning or looking at the troubleshoot codes for the TPMS, or just looking at your IDs to see what they are and see what the battery life is. That's something that's important. You'll be able to see the battery life with this. Okay, that's one thing I forgot to mention. Very, very good stuff. Very important. But anyways, that's going to be it for the MaxiTPMS. Like I said, I'm going to make another video going through the whole process, start to finish, using this tool, resetting and relearning all the TPMS on this vehicle, because I have 2 sets of tires on this Corvette. But anyways, if you have any questions or comments, please place them right down below the video. Don't forget to check out my other scan tool video for the iNova 5610, which is a more comprehensive bidirectional scan tool in comparison to this more TPMS-focused scan tool. Okay, so like I said, put some questions down below the video if you have any. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.